Nice job, Eddie Schizzeri. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boomer Esiason, Craig Carton on the Fan, and of course, worldwide on CBS Sports Network. Got a great show for you today, as we, of course, move ever so slowly towards Super Bowl 51. The Knicks actually won a game last night after blowing yet another 17-point lead. But the real story tonight there was Charles Barkley asking the question that everyone else in America was asking. There are 9 games in the NBA last night. Why in the world is TNT showing the New York Knicks? He's right. I wouldn't show the New York Knicks, but they do beat Indiana by 6. Meanwhile, Jeff Hornacek was close to quitting as the head coach of the Knicks. And they are now attacking Tom Brady for the single dumbest reason I've ever heard of attacking a guy. And I don't like Tom Brady. I'm a Jet fan. Good morning, Boomer. How are you today, buddy boy?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Craig. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing when he came to Charles Barkley last night. But, you know, he likes to tweak the Knicks and their fans.
Man.
No, but he loves to tweak the Knicks and their fans. You know that, and I think he's tweaking Carmelo, and he's tweaking everybody.
Sure.
And he loves that fact. But, you know, hey, they won a game in Indiana last night, and even better news is that Henrik Lundqvist is back to being Henrik Lundqvist again because they won a game that they had no business winning last night.
3-2, right?
Yeah, without him playing the way that he did. He was awesome last night. So, you know, all's right in the world at MSG, at least for one day.
When was the last time the Knicks and Rangers both won on the same day?
Well, it's more because of the Knicks, not the Rangers.
Course,
I mean, I think the fact that they beat Indiana in Indiana last night was like one of those, okay, this is the NBA. It
was like beating Boston a week and a half ago. Like, you didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but, you know, for some reason, they're playing better on the road than they are at home, I guess. I don't know what it is about playing at home. And last night, Henrik finally stemmed that tide, at least from the Ranger perspective. But, you know, it's interesting that Jeff Hornacek said
Here's the quote. I would have quit. I would have called it a year probably if they had lost another game. Close game. Like, you know, the buzzer beaters.
What do you mean called it a year? I mean, what does that mean? Like, he would have quit the job?
I mean, listen, I think it was tongue-in-cheek. Like, I don't think he would have quit.
Right.
But those tough, close last-second losses have gotten under his skin. And, I mean, they should. You know, losing to Philly the way you lost, losing to Milwaukee the way you lost, losing the other day the way you lost, blowing 17, 18-point leads. If that doesn't bother you, then you know, you're not into it emotionally anyway. But you know, him saying that, I think we're just under the auspice of I'm thrilled we won a game, and I couldn't have dealt with another blown double-digit lead and another last-second loss. So I get it. I don't think he would have quit. I think he was just kind of having fun with it.
Well,
but that's where we are with the Knicks,
right,
where the head coach says that, and there's a 50-50 chance he meant it, you know, that you have that for you. But I want to get to this Tom Brady thing. You know, there's a part of me that doesn't want to bring it up because I know what the direction it goes in.
Okay.
But there's another part of me that you kind of have to bring it up.
Okay.
You know, Tom Brady has a relationship with the president of this country.
Okay, good for him.
That's his business. Why they play golf together?
I think when he met the president of this country, he was not the president of this country.
Right.
Did not have any designs on running for president in this country, and they've had a long-standing friendship.
Now,
so who cares?
Well, that's the point. Who cares? Why is it a big deal?
Why is it a big deal?
It's a big deal because it came out at some point yesterday that when Trump won the election, Tom Brady called and congratulated him. When Tom Brady won an AFC Championship game, he got a phone call congratulating him. Why is that such a big problem for people?
I don't know. You tell me. I mean, who has the problem with it?
Well, the people, the anti-Trump coalition.
Hey, you know what? So what? You know, then vote him out of office.
Back page of the Daily News.
Vote him out of office. Then go to the polls and do what you do. You know, that's the only way you're going to rectify this. You can play all this other stuff up. Who's his friend? Who his friends are? What does he do? Who's he hang out with? Or what has he done in his past? Do whatever you want. He's the president of the United States. The only way you're changing that is if you're going to vote him out of office. That's all there is to it. And to take shots at Tom Brady because they're friends is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's just nonstop, man.
See, it is. And there's a back page story today that Tom Brady's friendship with the president is sticky for him, and it means that he espouses racist, misogynistic, sexist beliefs because he's friends with the guy.
Oh God!
Which is one of the most irresponsible things ever written. If you don't like Tom Brady, you don't like Tom Brady. That's fine. I'm a Jet fan. I respect the hell out of Tom Brady, but I hate him on the football field because he beats me more often than he loses to my team, and he stands in the way of my team winning a division. But off the field, why do I care what Tom Brady or who he's friends with or what he does? And let me be as transparent as possible so you know where I'm coming from on it, all right?
Right.
My foundation's golf tournament is at Trump National Briarcliff Manor. When I go there, I use Tom Brady's locker. I've never met the man. I'm not friends with him. I have no connection to him.
When I go there, I use President Clinton's locker.
And that's next to Giuliani's locker.
That's exactly right.
So when you take stock.
So if you're friends with President Clinton,
right?
Do you agree with all the things that President Clinton does in his life?
But the fact
is that what we're dealing with now? This, for some reason, Tom's friendship, and I'm sure I bet you he is friends with President.
He's known him for 20 years.
I bet you he's friends with President Clinton as well.
He probably is.
I guarantee you.
Here's what's amazing about it. For years and years and years, it's been a well-known fact that Tom Brady has golfed with the Bushes. Jim Nantz has done it as well. A lot of people have. Big deal, right? No one ever came out and said, wait a minute. That's a real big problem that the starting quarterback of a football team is friendly with the president. It's your problem. If you're the guy like Seth Walder today, if you're a newspaper that frankly nobody reads like the Daily News, which here we are on a Tuesday in January, right?
Yeah.
And they can't put together more than 30 pages of content. All right? Because nobody reads them anymore. And you know why nobody reads you anymore? Is because of crap like this. When you put on the back page of a paper that it's a big deal, their words, not mine, that the starting quarterback of a football team may have gotten or given a phone call of congratulations to the president, and you're going to take the leap of faith that makes, and his words, not mine in the article, and the back page of the paper, boom, that makes Tom Brady a friend of racism, a friend of bigotry, a friend of misogyny. Are you out of your mind? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know how, and I said I shouldn't have brought it up, but I had to because, the columnists in this town write stories without the risk of ever having to deal with the feedback of writing it. They write essentially in a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
They're not on the radio where people can call in and tell them how much they hate their opinion and challenge them like we can.
I'm sure they deal with a lot of Twitter people going at them.
They don't have to be on Twitter. They can write a column. They never have to leave their house. They never have to go see the people they write about face to face.
Seth Walder, is probably feeling really good about himself this morning that I took down Tom Brady and Donald Trump.
Right, and I got the back page of the paper.
Oh, my God.
But at some point, this lunacy has to stop. Who Tom Brady's got friendships with is none of your business, nor should you care about it. But to write a back page story of message to Tom, your friendship with the new president is a very big deal. I mean, who the hell are you to tell us that it's a big deal? And why is it such a big deal to you? Your political feelings, your voting record is for you. And all of a sudden, that gets thrown out the window here, and now we're going to hold other people accountable to your way of life, to your beliefs, to your desires, because it's important to you. I don't give a damn what Tom Brady's friends with. And what you do here is you've now embarrassed us.
Well, and I also don't really give a damn what Seth Walder thinks. Honestly, I don't.
No, but it's on the back page of a New York City newspaper. It just doesn't matter. And that's a problem. It's a problem that the Daily News, I get it, they have an agenda. They're anti-Trump, happened from Jump Street, that's fine. I vote who you want to vote for, I don't give a damn. But when you put on the back page of the paper that an athlete, because who cares who an athlete has friendships with, or me, or you, or anybody else, but to connect Tom Brady and to call Tom Brady a friend of racism, a friend of bigotry, Seth Walder should be fired.
Well, he's not going to be.
He's not going to be. They put him on the back page of the paper.
Ugh.
because he has a friendship with someone. So now you're responsible for everything that all your friends do, according to the Daily News, right?
Well, through the eyes of Seth Walder.
I mean, it's. I saw it today and I go, there's 19 other things I'd like to talk about today.
Yes.
And I'd like to continue. You know, we as Jet fans, you are not a fan, but you played for the Jets. We are a special fraternity of men and women.
Right.
In that we joined the fraternity without the real hope of winning. And we are unified in our bond as losers.
You're losers.
We are. And I hate to say that because I'm a fan. We raise our children to join this fraternity so that father can hold son's hand, go to a game on a Sunday, and experience that generational connection through football, women, booze, and barbecue.
Well, what's worse, the Jet fan or the Knicks fan?
Other than tailgating,
Honestly,
neither. Right?
Honestly, think about it. Which is worse?
You can make an argument for both.
Well, the Jets went to the AFC Championship game twice within the last 10 years.
But at least, well, I get that. And the Knicks have been to the second round of the playoffs once.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the issue.
I think the Knicks are worse.
The Knicks are worse over a 20-year period for sure. I don't disagree with that at all, Boomer. I'm with you in lockstep 100%. That being said, how dare you? How dare you make me defend the very man that has been the bane of my existence as a Jet fan for 15 years?
Right, I hear you.
Everything about Tom Brady on the field of a football game is negative to us as the Jets. It hurts us to our core. And then you come along and force us to be put into a position to defend the very guy that we curse out 2 Sundays a year. You're Jet fans. We're rooting heavily for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nobody wanted to see Bill Belichick and Tom Brady back in the Super Bowl. And now that they're there, you hope they lose to Atlanta. But then along comes the Daily News with their nonsensical rhetoric.
Yeah.
Which is why it's no good for anything other than the bottom of my kid's gerbil cage.
Tom's tainted.
Tom's tainted.
No, he ain't. He's got a supermodel wife, 7 Super Bowls, 11 AFC Championship games. Still wants to play another 5 years. I don't know. Greatest quarterback of all time, but he's tainted.
He's tainted.
According to Seth, what's his name?
Walder. And the Daily News.
Okay.
Meanwhile, last night, Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs played against Brooklyn. They decided not to play most of their players because they're playing Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is in a bad spot right now.
Right.
And they beat them by 26.
Okay.
But Kawhi Leonard, superstar, rock star, top 5 guy in the league.
He is.
Right?
Yes.
He didn't play last night.
Well, you got to rest him.
Tony Parker didn't play last night.
Did you
Paul
see?
Gasol didn't play last night.
That actually,
Manu Ginobili didn't play last night.
Watching some of the game last night, that looked like a preseason pickup game.
That's exactly what it looked like.
I mean, it was. If you bought tickets to that,
you'd be livid.
I'd be like, what am I watching? Is this supposed to be professional basketball? What is this?
And then Popovich came out and said the following.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard is out with an injury that's not really an injury, but hopefully it'll heal quickly. That's what he said.
Now, it's an injury, but not an injury. But so it may be something else that has nothing to do with.
No, he was telling you I'm sitting him down. I'm not playing him because I'm going to give him a day of rest because we're playing an inferior team.
Okay.
Then, of course, he takes his political shots because now it's open season. That's fine.
Well, he's got an agenda, too.
Everyone's got an agenda now. And I'm telling you this, sports and politics don't mix well. They don't. No one wants to hear an athlete or a coach or anyone involved with sports speak one side or the other. And here's the danger right now of the Daily News, of Greg Popovich, of anybody. I don't care, white, black, man, woman, don't matter to me. As soon as you forget why we like watching you do what you do, as soon as you think that we as fans have any interest in anything you have to say, you lose us. We want to watch you play basketball. We want to watch the Spurs come into town with Kawhi Leonard, with Ginobili, with Parker, with Pau Gasol.
Right.
We don't want those 4 guys sitting on the bench and hear you talk about some nonsensical politics because you hate the new president.
Well, he doesn't care
We
about...
want to watch you play basketball.
Greg Popovich doesn't care about the NBA fan. He doesn't care what you think. He doesn't care how much money you spend to go see a game. He doesn't care how much money that the TV companies give the owners so they can pay him $10 million a year. He just doesn't care. All he cares about, really, well, he cares about two things, as we have found out over the last couple months. He cares about his basketball team and his basketball team only, and then he obviously hates Donald Trump. But I think he's so overly public about it, and he's allowed to have his feelings.
Of
just
course,
like,
he's allowed to have them.
You'd like to think that Tom Brady could have his feelings too, but I guess not. Tom can't have his feelings, but Greg can have his. But I think it also is a bigger agenda, because he has a group of basketball players that probably despise the president. So if they despise the president and they see their coach up there talking anti-Donald Trump, then that just furthers his galvanization of the locker room.
He's even more connected to his guys.
Of course he is.
I'll say it a million times. Whether you're an actor, an actress, you're a football player, a baseball player, I want to be clear. I'm talking to all of you. We don't give a rat's ass about what you think about the country, about what you think about the president, the mayor, the governor. Go out there and perform. Act for us. Sing and dance. Do a rap song. Play basketball. Play baseball. Throw the ball 109 miles an hour. Go do what it is that you're special at doing, and let other people deal with that crap. Because as soon as you get yourself and invoke yourself into it, and you have the right to your opinions, I no longer care or want to watch you play.
All right, well, whatever.
Not whatever. Not whatever.
I thought it was supposed this is the new dawn of social activism.
No.
Don't you understand
social
that?
activism, my ass,
Well,
please.
no, this is the new dawn of it.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
There's pressure out there.
It's lip service is all it is.
Don't you remember, athletes need to be more involved.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan wasn't involved enough.
Right. You wrote $1 million check, and now what?
Now we got to get more people involved. That's the whole thing.
I'm going to tell you for the last time.
All right.
It's nothing but lip service. Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade at the ESPYs, lip service. Lip service.
Well, I don't think,
lip service.
No, here's the deal. In LeBron James's case, it's not. It's not. No.
Oh, it's not lip service?
What he does out in Akron, Ohio, and what he does in Cleveland is real, man. It is real. I'll tell you what, I don't know all of it because I'm not obviously close to him or close to it, but everything I read, everything I see, he's the real deal. He is the real deal. He's involved in that community out there, and in a very, very positive way, by the way.
Well, I would say this.
You may not like the messages sometimes that when you see those guys together and what they're talking about, anti-police and all that other stuff, but I'm just telling you, that guy puts his money where his mouth is.
I hope he does.
He does. He really does.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm now less than 2 weeks away from Super Bowl 51.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
Super Bowl 51.
Right.
Between the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots, which by all accounts should be a great game. Should be offense up and down the field.
You think the President of the United States comes to Super Bowl 51 to see his friends Bill Belichick and Tom Brady play?
I don't care. Because I don't want politics involved in my sports. Because there's very few releases we have that are legal, that are safe, that are enjoyable, that allow us to get away from the basic everyday crap that life provides us. And if my Super Bowl is ruined by some nonsensical anti-blank or by Lady Gaga going on a 10-minute speech about politics or by someone coming out and invoking politics into the Super Bowl, they're going to ruin one of the last great slices of Americana we have. And I'm not going to tolerate it, Boomer. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't want it.
Well, good for you.
I don't want it one little bit.
Got it. I hear you, brother.
All right?
I hear you, brother.
Boomer and Carton on the fan.
Amen to that. So that means, well, I guess the next time that Chris Christie sits in this seat, it should probably be when he's out of the governorship.
Well, guilty. That's a very. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad the guys whispered that in your ear to try to make fun of me. It's all good.
What? No.
What's the one thing we never talk about in the show, Chris Christie?
Politics.
Well,
you did ask him a couple questions.
I had to ask some questions that one day because it was the biggest news story in America.
Right.
And that's fine. And he will fill in for you again, and we'll talk sports on this show.
Yeah.
I don't invoke politics into sports conversations.
Well, that's how you see it, and that's how you feel about it.
You may accuse me of that because he is an acting governor.
Right.
That's fine.
So people hear what they want to hear and see what they want to see.
I'm glad the fact that it's guys that work on our team that feel that way and then wanted to make a point of that. It's all well and good.
So what?
So what? In any event, 877-3